We'll talk about the 13th question. 13th question is the use of unmanned aerial vehicles UAVs by our adversaries across the borders to ferry arms, ammunition, drugs, etc. is a serious threat to the internal security. Comment on the measures being taken to tackle this threat. This is a 15-marker question. Again, introduction can be like a recent event, like the recent attack on Indian Air Force base in Jammu and Kashmir. You can talk about that, or you can talk about something. You can either talk about the recent context or why it is in news, or you can talk about what are you unmanned aerial vehicles, which is a little more generic introduction, but still it's okay. And then the body talks about like it's a serious threat to internal security. That is the only this thing, and then the comment on the measures being taken. So one way to divide the subheadings could be how is it a serious threat? Like you can again divide it into different subheadings, or how is it a serious threat? Then what are the steps taken? And then you can end with what is the way forward, like what more needs to be done. So in the body, why is it a serious threat? You can talk about how it is a serious threat to terrorism. You can talk about from the Pak border, from the western axis, body like the non-state actor like Jaish-e-Mohammed, LET, JEM, etc. How they are allegedly, apparently using the UAVs for trafficking and other purposes. Then narco trafficking. How again the bodies from northeast, across the border Myanmar, across the border China, across the border in western axis Pakistan, how the state and non-state actors allegedly have a particular role in the drug narco terrorism issue that is affecting the youth, that is affecting the young Indians in northeast, in western border, etc. That is affecting India's economic security as such as well. So that is, one is terrorism, one is drug trafficking, third is all other forms of contraband, be it goods, be it currency, FICN, all of that. Then surveillance, espionage, that affects national security of India. For example, drones across Punjab border can be used or is allegedly used by different non-state actors for conducting espionage on Indian activities, on the different activities being done by Indian state security agencies, etc. Then safety hazards, again they can actually collide, or they can create explosion, or they can create literal safety hazards. Then they can also create a kind of psychosocial impact. They can create they can instill fear in the local populace of the region, and that can reduce the trust on the administration, on the state, and even that can affect the local economy, that can affect the local trust between different communities. So it affects public order, it affects law and order, thereby again affecting security of state. So these are all multiple reasons, multiple ways in which you can say how unmanned aerial vehicles are affecting economic security. It is affecting political stability, law and order, this thing, terrorism, contraband, trafficking, etc. Even you can connect it with article 21, how it is affecting the right to free and safe living, article 21, all of that you can connect. And then somewhere, wherever possible, try to add examples and even expert views. You can quote experts like if the NSA, Ajit Doval sir has said something, or you can quote some army chief, any expert opinion that they have said, something like that can also be added to embellish the whole answer. Or you can even, if you like, can add expert opinions like the Madhukar Gupta Committee on Border Management had noted some this thing like challenges. Or you can quote about some other committees like the recent committees, how the Shiketkar Committee noted the rise of new technology on the and the consequent requirement on defense modernization. You can add committee recommendation and expert views onto the question as well. And then what the second part, the other part of the question is, what are the steps being taken by government already? So you have the DRDO's anti-drone technology, then you have the jammers being developed by the different security agencies, you have the intelligence sharing, you have the information fusion centers with wherein countries of the Indian Ocean, France, you have security mechanisms with USA and other big powers. You have guidelines of DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation, regarding you have the drone rules as well, and then you have the research and development push by DRDO and other state agencies and parastatals. You have the push on training for the paramilitary or the central armed police forces like NSD, like CRPF, and even local police and other central police organizations. Then even community engagement. For example, I think the Punjab farmers were also told they were encouraged to report any sightings of unmanned, like dubious unmanned aerial vehicles if they come across any. So in that way they are gaining trust, they are building trust, they are making every citizen, every community an equal stakeholder in the security of the nation. So in that way it helps monitoring, it helps community engagement, trust and all that. So these are some of the steps that are already being taken by Government of India. You can also, if at all you know some steps being taken by any particular state government, be it Punjab government, be it Bangladesh border, West Bengal government, or any other government, you can quote those steps as well. And how do you conclude? So the introduction was on why is it important, or what are UAVs, or a recent context or a recent event in the news. You concluded with what more steps need to be taken. You can quote, like if you were reading, like this question also was in news because an event like that happened in news. So if you were reading the newspaper, there would have been articles, columns, expert opinions on what more needs, like on some issues, like what needs to be done going forward. So you have told a lot of problems, like it is affecting our security, it is affecting border this thing, it is affecting that. So you can either solve all those problems in the conclusion very briefly in 2-3 lines, giving 2-3 solid solutions for those, or you can alternatively quote the expert that you have read in let's say Observer Research Foundation article, or in the Indian Express or Hindu article. Most of the people who write in those are experts in that view, in that field. You can quote those experts or the article or even the think tank if they're famous ones, or you can quote an expert committee recommendation, expert committee, this thing that you've studied. Or you can just solve, like if you don't remember any of those, it's not realistically possible to remember all of those in the actual mains for every answer. So if you don't remember any of those, you can just answer, like solve the problems that you have mentioned in the body of the question.
Hi, a very good evening to all of you. I hope prelims 2024 आप लोगों का सही से हुआ होगा. Now is the time when you should prepare for mains wholeheartedly. And to help you in assisting in this endeavor, we are coming up with a very important program known as Civil Services Accelerator Program. देखो मेंस में आपको हर कोई बोलेगा कि 450 नंबर GS 1 2 3 4 में आने चाहिए, ऐसे में 120 130 आने चाहिए, बट हाउ टू अचीव इट, वो करना कैसे है, कौन कौन से वो पिलर्स है जिन पे हम फोकस करने वाले हैं. तो पिलर्स देखो बहुत बेसिक है. फर्स्ट वी गोइंग टू इंश्योर दैट जो भी हम यहाँ करंट अफेयर की क्लासेस लेंगे दे गोइंग टू बी लिंक्ड विद द स्टैटिक पार्ट, सो दैट यू कैन गेट अ वेरी गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग. चाहे यूपीएससी फिर बाद में स्टैटिक पोर्शन से पूछे या फिर करंट से, आपका अच्छे से कवर हो जाएगा. सेकंड इज अबाउट एथिक्स, कि आप एथिक्स अच्छे से कवर करिए, बोथ पोर्शन सेक्शन ए एज वेल एज द केस स्टडीज, एंड इफ यू डू इट प्रॉपर्ली यू विल गेट वेरी गुड मार्क्स. देन फिलोसॉफिकल एसेज, सबसे कम मार्क्स आजकल एसे में आने लग गए स्टूडेंट्स के, 80 90 100 तक मैक्सिमम लोग स्टॉप हो जाते हैं. तो हाउ टू इंश्योर दैट कि वो मार्क्स हमारे 130 तक पहुंचे, उसके लिए हम ऐसे फोकस करेंगे. एंड देन यू गोइंग टू हैव अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टेस्ट सीरीज व्हिच इज गोइंग टू इंश्योर कि यार अच्छे से आप प्रैक्टिस कर पाओ और इवेलुएट कर पाओ अपने आप को. एंड दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट एरियाज व्हिच वी गोइंग टू फोकस अपॉन. इनफैक्ट दीज आर द पिलर्स ऑफ मेंस प्रिपरेशन फॉर करंट अफेयर्स. A team of faculties including me, we are going to assisting you in each and everything. We'll have Rajvardhan sir, we'll have Neha ma'am, me alongside some other faculties will also be part of this. We'll focus on 3 areas, okay? जो टॉपिक बहुत स्टैटिक लगते हैं लेकिन वहां से करंट का क्वेश्चन हर बार आता है, जैसे लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नेंस, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस को हम पहले से ही संभाल के रखेंगे. सोसाइटी के बहुत सारे टॉपिक हैं ऐसे जहां से बार बार क्वेश्चन आता है, लगता नहीं है कि आएगा बट आ जाता है. ट्रेंड स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन, फाइनेंस कमीशन, क्लाइमेट चेंज, ऐसे ऐसे जितनी भी थीम है वो इसमें आएंगे. एंड थर्ड, ईयर स्पेसिफिक. ईयर स्पेसिफिक मींस दैट इस साल जैसे मान लो साइंस एंड टेक में कुछ अच्छे डेवलपमेंट्स हैं तो यूपीएससी वहीं से पूछ लेता डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन. सो दोस काइंड्स ऑफ करंट अफेयर विल आल्सो बी कवर्ड. So that's why if you want to become part of a very important course, this is the course for you. कि सारी अभी करंट अफेयर की चिंता finish. With respect to ethics, we have one of the most stalwart person, Atul sir. Atul sir has been teaching for more than 13 years ethics. है ना, जब से शुरू हुआ है 2013 से पेपर, तब से सर पढ़ा रहे हैं. And if you want to get his mentorship, then eventually जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं एथिक्स में वो सारी सॉल्व आउट हो जाएंगे, चाहे वो आपकी बेसिक कंसेप्ट हैं, कंटेम्परेरी एग्जांपल्स हैं. इफ यू नॉट एबल टू इंक्लूड द थिंकर्स इन द आंसर, वो भी सॉल्व हो जाएगा. along with the answer writing is going to become very very refined. In fact, he has already taken an orientation session. You can just watch it on our YouTube channel and you will get very good outcome for that. एथिक्स में जो होंगे लगभग 20 घंटे के आसपास क्लासेस होंगी, आपको PYQs वगैरह के लिए हेल्प की जाएगा, हैंडआउट्स दिए जाएंगे, अच्छे एग्जांपल जाएंगे, एंड प्लस मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली 1-to-1 मेंटरशिप इज गोइंग टू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. सो ethics is one area where very important. Then comes the essay. In the essay we are going to focus upon philosophical areas. तो पहले वहां पे आपको टीच भी करेंगे, me along with Manikant sir as well as Kapil Sikka sir. We are going to be part of this so that those of you who can eventually get the best out of yourself, आपको कोई भी रुकावट नहीं आनी चाहिए. So focus किस चीज पे रहेगा? Coverage of all the important themes which are there in the PYQs, और सबसे ज्यादा फोकस फिलोसफी पे ही करेंगे. देन हैंडआउट्स दिए जाएंगे, आपको एक्सपर्ट फैकल्टीज के साथ 1-to-1 मेंटरशिप भी कराई जाएगी, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस यू कैन स्कोर वेरी हाई इन द एसे. लगभग 25 से 30 घंटे की क्लासेस होंगी, कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव हैंडआउट, कंपाइलेशन, वर्कशीट, 1-to-1 मेंटरशिप, सारी चीजें आपको अच्छे से दी जाएंगी. एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू अचीव इट, मेक श्योर दैट कि आप तरीके से उसको यूटिलाइज करें एंड फाइनली आउटकम लेके आए मेंस के अंदर. एंड फाइनली व्हेन इट कम्स टू टेस्ट सीरीज, ऑल द फैकल्टीज आर गोइंग टू बी टुगेदर टू इंश्योर दैट जो भी आपका एरिया होगा उसमें आपको अच्छे लेवल का हम आउटपुट दे पाए, आपको अच्छी मेंटरशिप प्रोवाइड कर पाए, चाहे वो GS 1, 2, 3, 4 या फिर एसए पेपर हो. So that's why you're going to have a test series also along with this, and in this test series we have to make sure questions quality, model answers, the discussion sessions, all of them they are top notch, so that इस साल जो मेंस है आपके लिए एक eventually game changer बन जाए, and we are able to become a part of your success journey. This is the objective with which we are starting this program, and this program is going to be very very useful for all those students who are eventually becoming part of the mains for this year. अभी prelims का result आने वाला है, so let us hope majority of you have worked very hard, आपका final call आ ही जाए. Many sessions are going to happen, some have happened like ethics का session has already been taken by Atul sir, and June 25 was taken. essay का जो है 2 जुलाई को होगा. Answer writing template का जो session है, it will be taken by the rank 4 of this year. It's going to focus specifically on paper 2, paper 3. Current affair की classes 28 जून को first होगी, it will be dealing with IR. इसकी सेकंड क्लास होगी वो नेक्स्ट वीक ऑन द जुलाई ऑफ 4th होगा. सो व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड फ्रॉम योर साइड, आप इन सेशंस का पार्ट बनिए. दीज सेशंस आर ओपन इन नेचर. ट्राई टू गेट योर डाउट्स रिजॉल्व्ड, एंड वंस यू फील लाइक नहीं ट्रस्ट आ रहा है, कॉन्फिडेंस आ रहा है इस इंस्टीट्यूट पे, देन बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ द program, and once you become part of this program, we'll take care everything from your side. Okay, so all the very best. If you have any query, any doubt, you can reach out to these numbers. These numbers, if you dial, you'll get the link to our counselors, and they will help you out in understanding. if कोई डिटेल में आपको लगता है कोई इश्यूज लग रहा है कि भाई ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आया अच्छे से, they will help you out with respect to that also. And for all the important kind of videos, you can stick to our YouTube channel, and we're going to help you out in the whole UPSC civil services preparation. All right, all the very best. Thank you so much.